Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The United States has over 300 official ports of entry. It is imperative that we know the vulnerabilities and operational needs at each of them so we can properly protect our homeland from potential threats and exploitations. My bill requires the Department of Homeland Security to do a full threat and operational analysis of these vulnerabilities and create a strategy and implementation plan to prevent human trafficking, illicit drugs, contraband, and transnational criminal activity at our air, land, and sea ports of entry. This bill also works to improve the flow of commerce, which is vital to our economy. I introduced this bill because our country's ports are long overdue for a comprehensive review. Ports of entry continue to be a preferred location for transnational criminal organizations and drug smugglers to transport illicit drugs and contraband into the United States. In fact, between October 1st, 2010 and March 31st, 2018, Customs and Border Patrol conducted more than 84 million non-intrusive inspection examinations, resulting in more than 19,000 narcotics seizures and 79 million in currency seizures. According to the DEA 2017 Threat Assessment, the most common method used to traffic illicit drugs in the United States is in passenger vehicles with concealed compartments or commingled with legitimate goods on tractor vehicles. In fact, former Department of Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly stated in a hearing before Congress that the big issue right now with drugs coming into the United States is at the ports of entry. Not only do we need to think and look at the security aspects of our ports, but their infrastructure too. Many U.S. ports of entry were built 40 to 50 years ago. Therefore, they were never designed for post-9/11 security measures, technology, or increased volume of traffic. These infrastructure constraints magnify the threats at our ports of entry and manifest themselves as long lines and bottlenecks that strain Customs and Border Protection's ability to properly vet all incoming traffic. In addition, long lines and wait times delay trade and cost the U.S. economy millions of dollars every year. This is why my bill's required analysis will include an assessment of these security and operational gaps. It will look over current and potential threats, methods, and pathways used to exploit security vulnerabilities, and improvements needed to prevent illicit drugs and other contraband from making it across the border. It requires the Department to consider improvements needed to enhance travel and trade facilitation and reduce wait times, as well as staffing, technology, and infrastructure needs and their estimated costs. It is clear we need more advanced technology and infrastructure to improve our vetting and combat fraud. My bill requires that after the analysis is complete, the Department of Homeland Security creates a strategy and implementation plan to address the threats and operational inefficiencies outlined in the analysis. The contents of the strategy and implementation plan will ensure the Department takes a well-thought-out, comprehensive look at all ports and all issues relating to both threats and operations. I want to thank the Chairman and my fellow committee members for their support on this important legislation. Neutralizing the threats at our ports of entry is just one step in securing our border. I urge my colleagues' support, and I yield back the remainder